In April 2004, People Can Fly released Painkiller with the help of publisher Dreamcatcher Interactive, a bloody, fast-paced FPS that followed in the footsteps of Doom and Unreal Tournament that was exclusive to PC gamers for the first 2 years of its life. With all the amazing games that came out in 2004, no one would blame you if you had no idea this game even existed. By the time November rolled around and Halo 2 came out, Painkiller was doomed to be forgotten. Or was it? 21 years later, now old enough to drink a cool glass of whiskey in the pits of hell, Painkiller is back to shred through the realms of purgatory once more. But why? The original was by no means a bad game, and it did have a loyal fan base much like Doom, Wolfenstein, and Unreal Tournament, but it failed to make a real impact like the legendary shooters of its time, and while I enjoyed my time playing its newest iteration, ultimately, I feel that Painkiller will once again be forgotten and left in purgatory as the world passes it by once more. Painkiller is a strangely perfect time capsule. I give praise where praise is due, and Ansher Studios absolutely nailed recapturing the fun of Painkiller in a nearly perfect remake of the classic. But unfortunately, this is also where it struggles the most. Painkiller feels old. It's a boomer shooter in every sense of the term, as you combo kill your way through blood and gore with weapons that feel very bog standard in a shooter world. Shotgun? Check. Machine gun? Check. Rocket launcher? Check. These weapons are upgradable and can have some really cool effects attached to them, like the repulsor attachment for the shotgun that yeets enemies back 30 to 40 feet when you shoot them, or the stake thrower that can be turned into an explosive grenade launcher that blow up on impact. There are some cool ideas here, nothing really groundbreaking or unique. Lately, a lot of people seem to think if a game isn't great, it's trash. While nowadays Painkiller feels uninspired by our ever-growing standards, modern gamers seem to take for granted just how far games have come in less than 3 decades.
I hope there's more where that came from.
Looks like we have company.
Painkiller is the shining example of a double-edged sword. What makes it great is its simple and old-school style gameplay. What makes it substandard is its simple and old-school gameplay. While the brainlessness of running around and blasting demons without having to think about strategy or complex mechanics can be enjoyable, it gets old fast, and there isn't really enough there to keep me engaged for more than a few hours. There are some very fun moments to be had in this game. For example, the boss fight at the end of the first raid has you sliding, jumping, and dodging waves of weaponized demon blood between throwing explosive barrels at it and timing your shots. It's a moment that makes great use of Painkiller's fast-paced movement in a dynamic way that makes the encounter memorable and fun with simple mechanics. To put it simply, Painkiller is the white noise of shooters. If you've had a rough day at work or school and just want to play a game that doesn't require too much thought, Painkiller can feel like a great fit. Just don't expect it to be a game you'll play non-stop for hours. It's not all just a rehash of the past with Ansher's take on Painkiller, though. They have added some new ideas to the game that help refresh it and make it feel like their own. A new roguelike mode allows you to have what all marketing people call, quote, never-ending replay value, or that, quote, no 2 runs will ever be the same, yada yada marketing bullshit. Those of you who listen to our podcast will know I'm not the biggest fan of roguelikes. That being said, Painkiller's roguelike mode wasn't not enjoyable, but it's nothing truly unique. At this point, I'm not sure anything in the roguelike genre can be. Regardless, the idea is simple. Each round you get to pick one of 2 rewards by standing in a portal. Said portal then drops you on a map with a single objective. Sometimes that's kill all the demons, sometimes that's deliver soul jars to a machine and survive, sometimes it's a very fun but challenging parkour map that makes great use of the mobility mechanics and forces you to move quick and think quicker as your health slowly ticks down from damage over time through the course. Then you rinse and repeat until you get to a boss. Kill it, beat the roguelike experience, just to turn around and do it all again.
Your journey has been delightfully blood-soaked. It would be a shame.
Painkiller isn't a bad game in my opinion. There's nothing inherently bad about the game. It runs well, looks great, and is more or less enjoyable. There's weapon upgrades, cosmetic unlocks, and a tarot card system that allows you to buff your character before each raid. The best part is all of these are unlocked with currency you get from playing the game and completing objectives. Nothing is locked behind microtransactions. Yet.
Not bad.
All of this is to say, if you weren't already a fan of Painkiller, I don't think this game will make you one. In my opinion, there just isn't enough substance here to really hold my attention and keep me wanting to play. And what has kept me wanting to play is the nostalgia that comes paired with this game. Thinking back to the days of Time Splitters and Half-Life 1, Doom 64 and Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Times when our games didn't have to be so complex and bloated with thousands of hours of content. When a game could simply have a beginning and an end, and that was it. I'll likely go back to Painkiller from time to time, but with so many great games in my Steam library I haven't even booted, let alone beaten, who knows how long it'll be before I journey to Purgatory again. At a price point of $40, it's a hard game to recommend unless you're already a fan of the franchise. If not, maybe pick it up someday on a sale and check it out for yourself. Thanks to the developers for a review copy of Painkiller, and as always, remember, reviews are just opinions based on observational facts. Just because those are my thoughts based on my experience does not mean it's right or wrong. It just is. I hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time, coin droppers.